10 years, thousands of trades, right? More losses than I care to count. And after all of it, I can tell you with complete certainty, the traders who are surviving long term, not the smartest ones, bro. They're not the ones with the best strategy. They're the ones with the best rules. Today, I'm going to share mine because these are my non-negotiable rules that I do not break after 10 years in the market ever, right? Well, when I started to be profitable. And if you're like maybe 1, 2, 3 years into it, and you feel like you keep starting over, I know that feeling. Trust me, I really do. I really know that feeling. Keep watching because I can promise you that maybe at least one of these is why. One of these reasons is why. And before we get into really quickly, right, I'm not really making this video. I kind of want to tell you guys something real quick. I'm not making this video because, I read them like a book or whatever it is. I'm making them because I earned every single one of these rules the hard way. I learned every single one of them the hard way because that's how I found out what was wrong with me. It's how I fixed myself. So I started making money consistently, right? I'm going to get right into it. The first non-negotiable, the rule numero uno, number one, is always having a plan before the open and not going in blindly. So, not when the bell rings, right? Not when they're moving fast or not when the news is coming out. The morning you wake up with no plan, you are already setting yourself up for a loss, a bad day, an L, right? Probably right away. And you still decide to trade. And you're not trading. You basically just kind of come in and gambling with extra steps. You have a better time in the casino. And I can trace almost every bad week I've ever had back to a day I sat down at the open with no idea on what I was actually looking for. And if you know what you're looking for, you can stop yourself from making massive mistakes because the market's not going to reward improvisation. It might fake you out. You might make some money here and there, but long term, it's going to kill you. It's going to punish you. And you have to plan your levels. You have to know your bias. You have to decide what you're looking for before price even moves. And if you don't have a plan, you don't have a trade. You don't trade. And if your plan doesn't happen, you also don't trade. And this rule honestly could save so much of your time if you just always make a plan before the open. And rule number two is I have a pretty set risk limits, trade limits. I have 3 losses a day max I allow myself to take, 5 trades a day total. That's the ceiling. I honestly sometimes never even go up there. And I don't care how good the setup looks. I don't care if you think the next one's a lock. When you hit that number, you're done, and you really have to set that number mentally and stick with it. Take advantage of the prop firm lockout rules. It lets you lock out of your account for you so you can't get back on it, because what nobody tells you is the worst trades of your career happen after you already hit your loss limit, right? When you're already on tilt, shit's going crazy, you decided to keep going anyways, right? Because now you're not trading your plan. You're trading your ego straight up, and you're basically not even trying to get even. Like, you're trying to get back to more. You're trying to make more, so you double your size down. And the market doesn't care about you needing to get even, right? 3 losses, 5 trades. I shut the screen and I protect tomorrow. And that for me is a non-negotiable. I don't care how good the market looks. The market's not going anywhere. It'll be there tomorrow, and it's always going to be there. If the market isn't there, something's going on with the world where money probably won't even matter anyways. But rule number 3 is never increasing size after a string of losses. And this one sounds super obvious, but I promise you have done this. I promise you this is what keeps your account in the deep hole even after a massive win streak. And after a losing streak, for example, there's a voice in your head saying like the next one is due, like you're owed something, right? And that you've been wrong enough times. The next one has to be a winner. It's probability. And now the edge is in your favor. And you got to remember, probability has no memory. And that voice is not intuition. It's the desperation dressed up as confidence. And you increase size when you're cold. And it's how small losses become catastrophic, massive, honestly depressive times. And you stay at your base size until you earn the right to go bigger. And the way you earn the right is with consistency, not with feelings. And if you can't have consistent losses, you keep increasing your size so your losses get bigger, you're not in the right place to size up. You never will be. And this brings me to something I lived through firsthand, right? Literally my first year of trading, I had a great run. Like, I started trading in high school really early on, sold my dad's identity to do so. I had a great run at the start. I got super lucky, right? Gambling, right? My P&L was up. I was feeling myself. So I decided I had to figure it out at an early age. So I sized up significantly, but not because, my process was consistent, not because I had proven data. I sized up because my account was green. I made a bag. I got lucky. So I thought that meant I could put more size down. I thought that meant I was ready because my P&L was growing. I was like, oh, might as well increase size. The 2% rule, whatever it is. I lost everything, right? Not some of it, everything, every fucking cent in there went to zero. Like, I'm not even kidding, went to fucking zero. And that experience taught me something big, right? And I carry it to me this day. I'm grateful for my early losses. A big win doesn't mean you leveled up. Consistency means you leveled up. You can get lucky, bro. You see those people who win the lottery and go fucking bankrupt afterwards? You can get lucky, but that doesn't mean you'll be lucky forever. And those two are very different things you have to kind of keep in your head. Rule number 4, right? And after a red week, I cut my size in half immediately. There's no exceptions, and it's not a punishment. It's my protection. I'm protecting my drawdown, basically. A red week usually means something's off, right? Whether it's the market conditions, your execution, or your headspace, you're depressed, whatever it is. And you don't push harder when something's off. I rarely have red weeks because I'm very selective in my trades, but when I do, I relax because something's going on. And you pull back and figure out what's happening, right? Half size keeps you in the game while you recalibrate, so you're not like hesitating on entries because you've been losing a lot. You don't go deeper in drawdown. And the traders who blow up aren't going to be the ones who have red weeks. I have red weeks all the time, right? It's normal. Everyone has red weeks. They're the ones who respond to a red week, right, by pressing harder. You don't want to be that trader. You want to take your foot off the gas if you're starting to be deep in the red. This will help you regain confidence, and you're back in your confidence mode. You then start to size back up. Rule number 5 is, this one's big for me. Like, if you're sick, if you're depressed, if you're emotionally off, your girlfriend broke up with you, someone in your family died, don't trade, right? And I know this one's hard to hear because you feel like you're leaving money on the table, but I need you to understand something. Trading is massive. You need to be in the right headspace, right? It's a performance activity, and you can't perform at your best while your mind is somewhere else. So I've had times where I'm sitting there, my girlfriend broke up with me, and I was thinking about it, right? And that affects my trading, bro. That affects my mind. If I lose a trade, I'm 10 times more sad now because of the shit going on. Your mind's somewhere else, right? Depression, anxiety, grief, anger, exhaustion, whatever it is. These things do not stay outside, right? They don't stay outside the charts. They come back into the charts. They come in with you, and they affect every single decision you make. And you got to protect your capital by protecting your mental state first. Meditate, bro. I used to think it was cheesy, but meditation helps a lot. A flat day is always better than a blown up day. So take some time off if you're not right in the head. I promise you're going to save yourself from massive red streaks if you do that. But rule number 6 is never roll out of bed expecting a trade at the open, right? The market's open with maximum uncertainty. Why we avoid the open? There's maximum motion, there's maximum noise, and this is not the time to be half awake, right? Zero context on what the overnight did. I like to go for a walk or a run before I actually hop into the chart so my mind's awake, do some push-ups, whatever it takes, right? Splash some water on your face. You have no levels mapped out. You have no plan in your head, right? Overnight did something. Everything's different. Your morning routine is part of your edge. So you wake up with enough time to review, drink a fuck ton of water. That helps significantly. If your head hurts, it's probably because you're not hydrated, bro. Clear your head. Feel like your father here and drink some fucking water. Pull your levels up, walk into the open prepared with knowing exactly what you have to do, or just don't walk at all, right? Just leave. Non-negotiable number 7. Rule number 7, never set monetary goals for a trading session. So don't tell yourself you need to make $500 a day to pass your account or $2K this week to fucking pay my bills. And the second you attach a dollar goal to a trading session, you have just introduced bias into every single trade you take. Now, right, you're not asking, is this a good setup? You're asking, do I need this trade to hit my number? Those aren't the same fucking questions, right? It's very, very different. The market will never care about what you need. It cares about price. It can give two shits about how much money you want to make or lose. Trade your process. Let the money follow the process. Money will come if you just trade a process. It's simple math, and it really is simple math. It's all probability at the end of the day. That's why you have to be consistent with everything you do so probability makes sense. And the story that changed everything for me, I remember this year to the T, man. January, I started tracking every single trade. I gave myself a perfect plan. I knew it worked. I back tested it. So I tried tracking everything. And I mean everything, bro. Like the entry, exit, emotional state. Did I follow my plan or not? All the revenge trades. Like if I were to take 30 trades a day, right? Just revenge trading, I would track all of them. 9 months go by. I look at my data. I'm down about $50,000. And I'm sitting there thinking, right? Fuck, my strategy is broken, right? This shit doesn't work. That I need a new approach entirely. But before I was able to just convince myself to throw it all out, I did something that changed the whole trajectory of my trading career. Like I went back through every single trade and removed every single trade that did not follow my plan, even the winners, right? And what was left, right, is that I would have been up close to 6 figures. Like let that sink in for a second. The difference between being down 50K and up almost 6 figures was not my strategy. It was myself. I knew what I had to do. I just wasn't doing it. Like I was the problem. That's the day I stopped looking for a better strategy and started looking for, honestly, just become a better person in my everyday life. A lot of stuff helped when I became a better person internally. And your edge is probably already there. The question is whether you're actually following it. And majority of people who've been doing this for a long time just aren't following an edge, right? The edge is not the issue. It's them not doing what they're supposed to do, not following the rules of the process. And rule number 8, Never think you have it figured out. The market has humbled people smarter than both of us. It still humbles me. The traders I've seen get destroy the hardest, right? Almost always had one thing in common. They stopped being students and they started taking, or honestly, they started talking more than they were learning. Like they started teaching before they have fully mastered a concept. I believe after 10 years, I haven't mastered the market. It's not possible, right? They confuse a good run with mastering. The confidence got crazy. I've been there, right? The market is always evolving. Conditions are always changing. Just look what Trump is doing right now, bro. Look at what he's doing. Structure changes. Your job is to change with it. Stay humble, stay curious, and keep learning every single day. The second you stop learning, the day you think you have it all figured out, bro, is the day the market will remind you that you don't. Nothing will humble you like the market. It will shine a mirror to your face and show you exactly who you are deep down. But to bring this all home, right, the rules aren't restrictions. It's what gives me the freedom to trade. It's what protects me. It's like body armor, because when you have rules, you have a filter for every decision. You don't have to figure it out in real time. Everything changes. You already figured it out. You already know what's going to happen in a long-term perspective. Now, if I can go back and just hand little old me one thing, it wouldn't be a better strategy. I would definitely just be like, yo, Orderflow right now, to be honest, but it would be this list, because the strategy without discipline is just going to be noise, right? I'd pick 2 or 3 of these that hit massively today if I were you, and start there. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight or do everything at once. Start with 1, start with 2. Just start building the habits that protect you from yourself, and money will be a byproduct. That's all it is. That's the real edge in the market. Like the real edge is literally following your rules and following your process. The analysis portion of it is the easy part. But if this video hits different, bro, if you learned something from this video, drop a comment below with the rule that you know you've been breaking, right? No judgment. I want to see what the most common one is. And I've broken every single one of these some points, and I still do. And that's how I know they matter, right? I mean, I've been through it. But if you want to go deeper on how I actually structure my trading, my pre-market routine, how I track my trades, I have more content on my YouTube. Make sure you go through all of it, abuse it, right? Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on anything I post. Do the notification icon if you want to know. Be the first ones, be the first comment. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you leave a like.